So yeah, one day, a rapper, one of the rappers that was cool with Son, they hit me up, and I just wasn't in the space to really, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the space to receive all that energy. You know, like I had planned to respond back, you know what I mean? But kind of got away from me, you know what I'm saying? ADHD and shit. But, you know, I went back and I noticed that he unsent his messages.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I noticed a lot of people do that. You know what I'm saying? They feel just I don't know why people do that. They unsend the message or whatever.
Probably like, I shouldn't have sent that.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
They thought about it.
But I saw it already. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but, you know, salute to him. You know what I'm saying? I ended up, you know, when I had a little bit more mental, emotional peace, you know what I'm saying? I began reaching back out to homie. You know what I mean? And we good now. But, you know, that shit be rough, son. Like, there was a dude who worked for Duck Down, right? And years ago, he hit me up and he was like, yo, I could help you run your website, right? I'm like, how much would you charge? He's like, your money is no good here, right? I got you. He's like, I do work for Duck Down and blah, 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 blah. Drew and them know me, blah, 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 right? Like, I met you before at the la, 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 la. All right. Cool, we started working, you know, updating and all of that. But I don't know this nigga. Like, he had to tell me, I met you from blah, 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 blah. We met a couple of times. That type of person, right? We, and then one day he just went AWOL. Like, he just basically stopped responding to all of my reach outs, all of that. And I need shit done. It, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm selling shit off the website, updating shit on, you know, updating the fans. He basically, he quit on me and went ghost. And, you know, I'm sending this nigga all kind of messages, this, that, and the third. Finally, I hit up Drew. I'm like, yo, Drew, are you telling this nigga not to work with me or something? You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't think he would do that, but I'm grasping at straws here. What does this nigga know kung fu or something? Does he think, you understand what I'm saying, that it's going to be cool if we ever run into each other? Like, what the fuck is it? Like, what is this? And Drew was like, first of all, Rock, I would never, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know, son. I'm just grasping at straws, though, right? He's like, I'll talk to him, blah, 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 blah. The nigga popped back up, and you know, and he responded, sent me an email, long-ass email, explaining to me that he was intentionally being spiteful. He was mad at me.
Okay.
He was mad at me because every time I see him, I don't recognize him. I don't remember him. He has to remind me who he is. And then I don't stand. When I do, I just give him dap, say what's up, and that's it. I don't stand and talk to him. I wanted to beat him up. Worse now. Like, you know, I was with a very, you know, at the time, like I was with, my shorty at the time was a very serene, a very refined, you know, she wasn't, I mean, she had some hood in her, but she was the type of person you would look at and think she was a lawyer, right? Her energy was wild positive. So it was like, you know, I wasn't going to beat him up. Reading his response I'm like, oh, so this wasn't negligence. This was malice.
Yeah.
Right? Now you understand what I'm saying? I was so tight. You know what I'm saying? But I gave him, you know, sure, I gave him the pass, whatever. Like I said, I was still with Shorty. My man was like, I told this story to my man. I'm like, he's like, and this is the word. He was like, yo, Rock. He's like, nah, Rock, you a grump. You know what I'm saying? He's like, and my man is a super gangster, right? Super. He wanted to, like, but he younger than me. Like, nah, Rock, you a grump. You embarrass me mad times. I bring my friends, you know, one of my friends around and shit.
Yeah.
I was locked up with this nigga. This nigga, you shit on the nigga and shit. Like, you just be in your mood or whatever. I'm like, I had to accept that. This is one of the niggas who know me well. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But that's not what he said I did, but it's similar. You understand? I'm like, all right, cool. So I ain't, you know, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to have you put hands or nothing on him, blah, 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 blah. When Sean P passed away, and I got up and I spoke at the funeral.
Yeah.
I explained to the people, you know, I remember me saying, like, talking about the differences in our personalities, right?
Yeah.
And how Ruck was way more of a people person than I was. And me, I'm the type, like, I don't do small talk well, blah, 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 blah. Come to find out, all of this shit that I was describing about myself I later discovered were all ADHD symptoms,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But that's irrelevant right now. I'm just saying that to the ADHD community, right?
Yeah.
But he then sent me a long email after that with a whole heartfelt apology. He was like, as you got up there and spoke, as you said with the things that you said about, he's like, I felt like a complete asshole. You understand what I'm saying? It was in that moment he realized he was being unreasonable.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, he like, bro, like, this nigga don't owe me shit. Like, he is who he is. Like, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. And I've never had a problem with, you know, since then. Like, you know, like, we've been good. I ain't rehire him, but, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't really hired. I wasn't paying him. It got to the point, I'm like, yo, I'm sitting in this nigga messages. I'm like, yo, how much this is why I wanted to pay you. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I need this shit done. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it be. So,
When I see you on shows and I see sometimes sometimes you're in a bad mood, right? And then I say, "What's up?" And you just, you know, I don't take it no way. I'm just like, "All right, he's in a bad mood."
because you know, people be pulling. Like, I just get pulled in so many directions.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I see it.
Usually, what I try to do when I get there,